Hey, welcome to this live broadcast of NEURS TV. I know a lot of you have questions about the website, and I will get to all of those questions and I will explain everything very, very soon. But I want to take the moment. I wanted this moment first to be about what we have accomplished more than the challenges that we're facing right now. And I'm going to explain everything to you all and walk you through step by step what's going on. Okay, but first of all, I just want to say congratulations. NEURS is today 1 day old, so it's a week old business, okay? And that's the one thing we need to all realize is that how young we are. We just launched this literally last Saturday. You know, we hit that button to open up the floodgates, and we were absolutely overwhelmed. What a great response we had. And doing obviously 3 to 4 days after we, got on board, the support was overwhelming. The system, even though it had little flaws here and there, it worked correctly. Everything was working fine. And obviously, we've hit some major roadblocks in the last day and a half, 2 days, and that we're really addressing, and we're going to talk about them very soon here, okay? So where are we at right now? Let's talk about NEURS and the platform and where we are and where we're going. So we almost have right now 400,000 invitations that have been sent. Obviously, you know, very few have been sent over the last day and a half, but we have 400,000 people that have found out about what NEURS is all about. We are now officially in 125 countries, okay? People in 125 countries worldwide have actually seen the message of NEURS. And now you're looking at the display, you're looking at the pins. By the way, part of the fix that we did as we were actually fixing stuff on the website is the pins were not showing up correctly for a lot of users. Now it's going to be showing up correctly if you have more than 12 or 11 countries. Now your pins are correctly. Now your count and even the flags. People say, hey, the flags are not right. We have now gotten about 192 out of the 195 flags that we need on the site. So that's the good news. The good news is that, you know, as we were fixing stuff, okay, we were making little improvements and getting better, but we're a worldwide thing. Right now, NEURS is worldwide. People know about us and people are talking about us, and that's a great thing that we've accomplished in the last 7 days, okay? So again, we hit 400,000 invitations. We've hit 125 countries in basically 7 days. But we also caught the attention of some big players out there, okay? Some big people have come to us, and we're talking about big people. We're talking about the big affiliate marketers. We're talking about people that have, you know, people in the franchise industry, people in the network marketing industry, and we've got a lot of their attention and saying, wow, I didn't think NEURS was exactly that. What a response. I've gotten contacted by this person and that person, and I've seen what you guys can do in such a short period of time. That's the astonishment, that we have literally circled the world in 7 days and done something that a lot of companies have taken months, if not years, to do. And so the big players, I want you to know, they're coming. They're saying, look, we know you have challenges. We know you're going to solve those challenges, but we're excited about what you're offering. We're excited about the idea behind NEURS. And really, I am humbled. I am humble because as I see what we've built, you know, there's always the doubt. There's always the question, is it going to work? You know, are people going to like it? That's really the biggest thing. Talking to somebody recently that said, look, you have technical problems, okay? Obviously, okay? And he says, but there's people that have a great product with no technical problems, and yet they have few users, or the marketing doesn't go well. And which one would you rather have? And obviously, we'd rather work through these technical problems knowing that we have leaders and people that are sitting on the sidelines saying, give us the go-ahead, we're ready to go through and ready to do something big. And then we're working through those challenges. We want you to know that, okay? All of this despite, again, the technical challenges that we're facing, and I want to address those, okay, within time. But I want you to understand the message before I address the technical challenges. The message that I want to send to everyone is that the path to success is not a flowery rose bed, okay, that you just basically get on it and everything works great. And we know the reality. We know the truth. We knew going in that there will be challenges. Now, did we think there were going to be some of these big challenges we're tackling? No, we didn't think through that. I mean, we didn't think that was going to happen. We tested and tested and retested and did everything in our power, but there were some things that were beyond our control, let's say, okay, that have influenced the outcome of where we are right now. But we know the path to success is not going to be without challenges. And we are facing those challenges, but we want you to know that the team here is facing them head on. We have a great team, and we're all focusing. And then, you know, we look at each other, we know what the challenges are, we're trying to get the answers. We're literally flying people here to our home office from all over the country. We got people coming in from other businesses that have nothing to do with NEURS. We have literally reached out to the startup community here in Miami and said, hey, you know, we need help. We need the best people, your most talented people. Here's what we did. Here's where we're at right now. Here's what we're trying to accomplish. And they've come into our offices with nothing to gain. And basically, they're looking at our systems and saying, this is one thing we need to do, this is something we need to correct, this is something we need to get better. But overall, they're so impressed with what we're doing. I already have gotten offers from investors and people that want to meet with us and say, we want to be part of this. We want to be a part. How can we collaborate? Well, you're gonna get, you guys, when they meet our team, they go, wow, you have an incredibly smart team of people. How, you're gonna get it right. They know we're gonna get it right. They know we're tired, by the way. They know that all of our team is exhausted, that we've gone through the launch process. To get to the launch process, we did so much. And so they know where we are right now. And they're saying, we want to work with you. We want to collaborate with you. We want to invest with you, because they know the future. And they know the idea of this network is an idea whose time has come. So I thank you and I praise you. And I really say to you, thank you from the bottom of my heart for if you're collaborating with us, if you're helping us, if you're supporting us. Thank you. Okay, for those of you that are frustrated with this process, okay, that are saying, man, I wish it would have, I understand your frustration, because there couldn't be anybody more frustrated than me, okay? I mean, this is my baby, this is my idea, this is what I put out, okay? I put my face, my credibility, I put everything into this, and I'm working through it. We're all working through it, and we're gonna make it work, okay? So what are some of the technical challenges we face? I'm just gonna go through them real quickly. Right at launch, literally within a minute of our launch, we had a DNS server issue, okay, where our European DNS basically said there's too much traffic being redirected. That must be, they swore we were basically creating some kind of worm or something. We thought that we were spamming people. They stopped the redirect, so we literally had to call and figure it out, and we got it cleaned up. We had an email backlog immediately, because literally within the first hours, thousands and thousands and thousands of emails were being sent, but basically in milliseconds. It was really amazing. So we had some delivery issues. People got their emails late, but the process worked. The process worked. You went on the site, you registered. In fact, we had registration issues for our international users. One little mistake we made is in the formatting of the telephone. We left it as it had to be. It wasn't required, but it needed to have the character limit for the US, and we went ahead and fixed that. So then registration was to go faster. We had bugs in IE that we did not detect in testing, that as we added people to the database, as we started to move forward, there was just some bugs that popped out of nowhere, okay, and we were working through those. We had email providers, okay, that suspended our account, that said, we can't continue to send out your emails because we think you're spamming people. And we were like, spamming people? These emails are coming from people that, are sending them to. So we literally had to work through those providers, explain to them what we're doing. We had the opt-out process that wasn't correct. It was only opting out people that were already registered, not people that were not registered. We got that correct, okay? We went through so much just to get those providers to put us back online. So there might have been an hour or two during 2 days where emails were not even received, okay? But then after that, it got back up. We worked through those challenges. Boy, I tell you, it's been one challenge after one challenge, right? And then right now we're dealing with a database misconfiguration, DNS database. It's a huge issue that some of the brightest minds in the tech world have looked at, okay? And it's really baffling them. So we have one solution that we're applying this afternoon, which is there's two solutions that we have right now, just so you all know. And one of them could really be the ultimate fix, the fix that gets everything back on track. And if that's the fix, I'll be happy to report to you very soon that the website is up. The second solution is a little bit more tedious. It involves, a memory leak. It involves, resetting some of the database or reconfiguring the databases, adding some stuff manually. That may take a little longer. So somebody's asked, when is the site going to be up? As soon as possible. We're working like crazy to get it back up as soon as possible, to get it to work effectively as soon as possible. We're working hard. You better believe that we are working hard behind the scenes here, okay? So these challenges, in my opinion, have accounted for perhaps not having triple the numbers of registered users that we should have right now, okay? So we're basically somewhere around 30,000 registered users on the site in a week, okay? Later on, I'll give you some stats, okay, about what Facebook did their first week, what LinkedIn did their first week, okay? Where our numbers are through the roof compared to those things, okay? And the interest for NEURS, but it should have been probably close to 100,000 if the registration page had not failed the way it did, if some of the issues we've having would not have existed, we should be around 100,000, if not more. So when people have looked at our numbers, people that are very smart, people that are incredibly connected in the tech world, they said, yeah, you got it. You got the secret. The word they used was secret sauce. You got something that's working. You hit something, okay? And people are excited about what you have to offer. And it's not just the affiliate opportunity. There's something fundamentally right about this connections platform that works, okay? And that being said, look, the number of registered users, okay, over the last 2 days has even surprised us. I was literally looking at the site yesterday and I was like, look, people cannot register. I was trying to register a test user that I was using and I said, I can't get in. And then I look at the total count and the total count went up by like 25 people that hour. And I'm like, who in the world registered? I was certain to have abandoned the process. I would have quit, okay? I would have let it go. Who did that? Who's registered in the last hour? And then one of our guys that's from South America says, you know what, in my country, they kind of used to slow internet, so maybe they just think it's normal out there, So it was all like a little funny joke. Everybody laughed, and then we got back to work. But, really it has surprised us. Thank you again from the bottom of our heart for all of you who are supporting us, even through these challenging times. Thank you once again. But be rest assured that the system will work again, will be back up to functioning very soon. When is very soon? Look, I don't know. I got home late last night and I called another one of our associates, one of our teammates, and I was telling him a little bit of my frustration. I said, these guys are working through the night. They were working till about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I said, I'm gonna get some rest because I'm kind of tired. But I said to them, what's really funny about this, the most amazing thing about this is that the back end of the site, we built that on Cake PHP, which is a platform that there's a lot of developers that do that, okay? And we have a great team of Cake PHP people. And basically that part of the site is completely done. The real product we're talking about is completely done, it's completely tested. There's a few features, a few little knickknacks that need to be fixed, but they're minor. They're nothing compared to what we're facing with this database issue on the front end. This marketing thing that we're doing, which we call the front end, is a node. It's called the reach, the marketing reach. This idea came to us about 8 months ago. And when we saw it, we knew we had to implement it because it was the way for us to get to critical mass very soon. So we built this new technology on Node. It's a really an avant-garde technology, and so there's few people that really know how to work it really well, and so we got the best minds working on it, okay? But it's really funny how the front end of our site, okay, is kind of impeding the process to get to the users, which is in March. So one guy said to me, he said, it's really, if that's really true, then you know what? Let's just get this site back up as soon as possible. But let's just focus on getting people onto the real site and and building the real network. And we had one of these brilliant moments. So we'll give you some more updates on that hopefully very soon. Okay. So let me tell you, the system is going to come back up. We're going to be back up in no time. We're going to be back up in maybe like we said, in either a few hours or in a day or two. The system will work fluidly again. Okay. We're working on a solution, and there's no doubt we're going to find the problem. Okay. Once we're back up, what we have to do is we obviously have to inspire confidence that we're back up, that it is working. We will test and triple test and quadruple test, and we will not tell you it's back up until it's absolutely back up. You can rest assured of that, okay? But then there are some best practices we want you to practice, because even after a launch, even after 300, almost 400,000 invitations, okay, we noticed that the conversion rate that we're having is not as high as it should be. And there's a few reasons why. Let me walk you through some of the best practices on how to get people. And we want to say this because it could be up this afternoon, and I don't want to wait until then to inform you. So again, be ready for this, write this stuff down, and be ready to execute. So number one, prioritize your contact list. Okay, you want to have people with the highest level of credibility and people that have already a large reach. We're talking about people that already on Facebook have lots of connections, people that already have lots of Twitter followers. You want to reach out to the big affiliate community. Once you know that we're back up, and I'm going to give you my assurance once it's back up that the system is working, that it's working properly, and if it is, you need to just think like that. By the way, people say, well, what do I do now? I invited people, and do I tell them to join and all that kind of stuff? What do I do? I said, you know what? Think about this. 7 days ago, everyone, okay, was expecting the site to launch. You had already your invites. You had your list. You were talking to people. You were getting them ready, right? Well, a week later, we're kind of like in a little bit of a standby right now, waiting for these technical challenges to solve. But what can you be doing? You could be doing is remaking your list, looking for new candidates, looking for a new wave that you will bring onto the platform the minute we open up for business again, that we're basically up and working again. So that's one thing you could be doing. The same thing we talked about. Build your list, okay? Number two, only send out invites to people that you know and that know you. Let me ask you please to do that, okay? It's not cool to spam anybody. It's not cool to invite somebody that doesn't know what this is about. We want you to talk to people, to invite people that you know, that are expecting, in fact, they're expecting this invitation. Point number three, give a heads up first. Before you send the invite, you may want to email them first. You may want to text them first. You may want to even call them first and let them know something is coming. Because you know what, in the world of today, you get a lot of LinkedIn invitations. I get tons of them, okay? I get tons of invitations to join other social platforms. And people, for the most part, are really beginning to just ignore because it's just a lot of invites to something, right? But this one is different. This one is not, we're not asking you to join this network now. We're asking you to join our pre-launch. We're asking you to learn more about what we're going to do once we launch in March. And so in this pre-launch situation, guys, I think it's important that you call somebody and says, look, what you're getting is not something that you should overlook. You need to pay attention to it. Number 4, use the add comment section. The best basically the best invitees, the people that have invited the most people, are using the add comment to say something, to personalize the message, to even warn people about the technical issues of Internet Explorer, for example. They basically personalize and saying, this is not one of those other things, blah, blah, blah. In other words, personalize that message. You will see, by the way, we already fixed the import feature. When you import lots of contacts, like you import 100 contacts or whatever, now you can select this one in English, this one in Spanish, and all that kind of stuff. And by the way, we're already working on, hopefully by next week, adding more languages to the platform. So we're moving fast, okay? In the background, while we have top technical people taking care of the problem, others are really working already on features and improvements to the system. So rest assured, we got this thing moving, okay? So again, the add comment thing, right? Number 5, warn them about the glitches and the workarounds. There are a few glitches. Obviously, Internet Explorer is a glitch. We have somebody in California right now that has basically configured already everything he needs to find the answer, to literally just dig deep and find the answers that we're really having a hard time finding. And he's going to be helping us basically today to find the Internet Explorer issue. But there are glitches. You know the glitches. Why? Because you're a user. You know how the site works, okay? So tell them about the glitches. Keep them informed, all that kind of stuff, right? Number 6, walk them through the sign-up process. You say, look, let me, in fact, I did that recently. Somebody called me and said, hey, I noticed that you're doing this. That was on Wednesday night. I noticed that you're doing this. Can you invite me, somebody I know personally? I said, sure. I invited them to the platform, but I said, you know what, let me take my time to walk them through it. Made them watch one video, then made them watch the next video, made them actually register correctly, and then immediately they not only accepted, but they started sending out invitations. That's how the system should work. Okay? And she immediately picked up on the idea and started to do the same thing. So that's important that you walk people through the process, not just expect people to receive the invitation and respond at their own time. That's sort of like not the right behavior. That would lead to low conversion rates. You want to follow up, okay? And again, you only have to do that with your direct invites, which is the key to this, okay? And then finally, I will encourage you to have everyone watch the 9-minute video, okay? If you don't know what the 9-minute video is, by the way, the 9-minute video, it's basically inside, it's in the invite page. So if you can get through the delay and you actually get to the invite page right now, if you can log in and get to the invite page where you see all your invitees and all that kind of stuff, there's a little button right next to import that says how it works, okay? Cómo funciona, how it works. You click on it and there's a 9-minute video. Some of you I know haven't watched it. We're really surprised you know, that some people haven't watched it. So we encourage you to watch that video because that video explains to you what the big idea is all about, okay? So what is the power of the reach? I want to talk to you today about the power of the reach, what we're doing, okay? What we have been doing, and because of this technical situation, we have basically stopped doing, but we're going to begin doing very soon. What is the power of the reach? Well, it's really incentivized sharing done right. That's what the power of the reach is about, okay? What's this incentivized sharing? Well, that's a terminology that's been used in the startup world, that's been used in the social media world, and that's basically that, you know, we all want to share. We want to say that we like this business. We want to say we like this idea. You know, Facebook wants you to like something because that way they can use your credibility to promote your like to friends of yours. It says, hey, you might be interested in this too because this person likes it. That's incentivized sharing, but that's incentivizing Facebook. That's incentivizing the product maker or the advertiser, okay? But what about the user? The user is not getting anything as a result of that. What the power of the reach is about is incentivized sharing done right. It's about incentivizing people to share something they like, something they found valuable, but do it where there's something in it for them. That's all the power of the reach is. People have said to us, what is this thing all about? Are you trying to build, you know, a network marketing company? No, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to get the word out about a platform that will unite the world of entrepreneurship. And we're doing an incentivized sharing program. That's what we're doing. Number 2, it really lets the average person participate. Yes, I realize that the system that we created initially is designed for the average person, but it's really massively created with all the tools, and you're going to see right now, for the big affiliate marketer, for the person that wants to be big in the affiliate marketing world. That's how we created the marketing strategy for NEURS, okay? But it allows the little guy, it allows the person that's never tried affiliate marketing, that's never tried online marketing to try. And it allows them because it's a very simple, it's a very process that will basically get you in and get you in sharing, and it's really powerful. In fact, let me share with you a story. We had a user, she sent out 54 invitations and really did a great job following up with all her invitees, right? And had 33 people accepted her invitation. Now, this person's never been in the online marketing world, never been an affiliate before, never even been in network marketing, doesn't know anything about in fact, works a job, okay? And she said, I'm going to send out these 33 invitations and see what happens, okay? Well, actually, she sent more, but she got 33 to accept. Well, that reach count, she was literally logging in every day. And all of a sudden, she saw her reach count go up to 1,845 users a day and a half ago, okay? That is amazing. That's the power of incentivized sharing. In fact, she sent me a screenshot because she couldn't believe it. I said, look what I did. This is a screenshot from her. She said, look what I did. Can you believe this? I mean, with just 46 people, there's now 1,800 people that are part of my reach. And look, I got something like 46 different countries on my reach. How can this be? She was shocked about it. That's the power of incentivized sharing and what it can mean to that person when we open up the upgrade process. So basically, I just want everyone to know, and especially our big affiliate community that's looking at this right now, the affiliate tools are coming, the links, all the things that you need, okay, all your individual pages, all that is theirs in the works. We just didn't want to open up with all that from the beginning because there's a lot to translate, there's a lot to have ready, but we have it ready. In fact, we already have a page that we've been testing, okay, and some links that we've been testing. So it's out there, it's coming very soon. We also want you to know, big affiliates, and you know what I'm talking about. We left the social media world open for you on purpose. You know, our job at NEURS is to create a product, the actual connections platform, the business suggestion engine, the NEURS University. The product is created, and the product is for you to market. It's for you to bring people on board that product, okay? But the marketing, really, it's up to you, okay? That's really going to be up to our affiliates to help us with the marketing in every way, shape, or form. So we left the social media space, and we left it open. We are asking, though, this is very important, we're asking you to please do not share content that's in the VIP section and content that is on the second video, the one that's actually on the logged in page. And anything that you have to log in to see, we're asking you not to share it, because the idea behind the curiosity marketing process is that, obviously you need people to say, what is this about? And you want them to come in to look at what's about. So we're kindly asking you. I know you're excited about it. We've seen all the videos being reposted every which way on YouTube and Vimeo and every which way. We know you're excited about it, but we're asking please that you please do not share our private content. We did it on privacy for a reason. By the way, whatever is put on the blog, whatever is put on the public pages, feel free to use, okay? We don't have a problem with that. We do have a problem with the VIP content, obviously, and obviously the 9-minute video, the explanation video inside the site. So I really appreciate it if you don't do that, and if you actually take them down right now. Please write a note, remember to take them down, and do not share that. We kindly ask that of you, okay? By the way, somebody the other day said to me, this website is down, and it's not working, it's slow, and I went in and invited somebody, it took forever, and he says, I'm getting the feeling that this is part of the curiosity marketing. You're frustrating us because you gave us something so good and so awesome, and then all of a sudden now you're taking it away and now we want it more. Is that what you're doing here? And I'm like, no, that's not what we're doing here. Trust me, we're working. We're trying to do everything we can. Our team is like, you cannot believe. We're pulling our hairs and going, let's find a fix. And it's really complicated stuff, but we're on it, okay? And so we appreciate that. The top 5 countries. Let me do a little recognition in terms of countries. Okay, so far the top 5 countries on the reach. Number 5, Peru. Peru's actually jumped on the reach kind of late, but then it's really exploded with people signing up all over the country, which is fabulous. Okay, we have number 4, Mexico. Okay, and Mexico really close to us, of course. The relationships are there. Number 3, Colombia. Colombia is actually tripling, I think, Mexico right now in terms of thousands of signups, which is incredible. Okay, number 2, USA. Can you believe it? We're based in the USA and we're number 2. Okay, and that leaves only one spot for number 1, which is Spain. Not only do they win, World Cups and Europe Cups, and the Spanish national team is kicking butt on the soccer scene, but on top of that, Spain is number 1 on NEURS. Okay, and they've done a phenomenal job. I think that Spain accounts for like 30% of all of NEURS right now, which is unbelievable. You'll say, why is that? There's a couple of reasons I'm going to tell you about the Hispanic influence you see on the list, and also why Spain. Well, I did a tour of Spain in December, really took it out. I went on vacation to Spain really to kind of disconnect before I knew the work was going to begin in January. But I decided to tell a few of my friends while I was on the road trip about what I was doing. I had no intentions of any more than that, just telling the story. Had no intention, just wanted to take a vacation with my family. And then from 15 friends, it spread to 200 or 300 people that wanted to know what is it that we were doing and get presentations from me, got to a point where I said, I don't want to do any more presentations. I'm done presenting, okay? Wait until January. But they got a head start, is what I'm trying to tell you. Literally, by the time we started in January, they had literally thousands and thousands of people that had heard about NEURS, that had asked us to be on the database of emails, that wanted to know more information. And that's why Spain has so many users, okay? But the second reason Spain has so many users, the reason Colombia has so many users, and Mexico has so many users, and Peru has so many users, is because we deliberately set out to build a technology platform, a global platform, but in 2 languages, English and Spanish. And that shows you how rare that is, that around the world, technology platforms on this scale do not get done in multiple languages right from the beginning, never, only one language, usually English. And number 2, certainly never in Spanish from day one. So, and obviously our language, Spanish language users are outranking our English-speaking users basically 2 to 1 right now, okay, just so you know, okay? So that's exciting. That's exciting because we're gonna have a global community. As we add more languages, you're gonna see the development of NEURS and the reach, okay? Finally, I wanna recognize, special recognition goes out to Bulgaria. Bulgaria, I've never been to Bulgaria, and I've been to 40 countries in Europe. I've been all over the world, been to Asia, I've been to Africa. I've been everywhere, and I've never been to Bulgaria, but my wife wants to go to Bulgaria. And she says, that's interesting, you know, maybe one day we can go to Bulgaria and say hello to some people. And so basically, I just want to say that Bulgaria is now the 6th country on the reach, okay? Which is the first country with users that do not understand our, our primary 2 languages, which is really awesome. So we're looking to add Bulgaria next week to the language entries, as well as adding Portuguese, okay, which is really cool. All right, so I'd like to talk about who is leading the board in terms of personal invited guests, okay? Personal invitees directly on the site, okay? Now, I want you to understand something. NEURS takes very seriously your privacy. At NEURS, we will never going to put out rankings of any sort. We're never going to do that. No one's ever going to know who has this many or who has that many or any of that type of stuff. We're not going to do that. Why? Because that's not our business model. And I cannot stress enough that our business model is totally different than any other marketing strategies, including network marketing or multi-level marketing. It's not it, okay? So we're never gonna do that. So literally, the people that I'm gonna mention right now have all been called, have all been asked for permission, have all agreed to do it, okay? And I'm gonna share with you their information for you to see basically who are the leaders in that category, for you to get a picture, because somebody said, hey, I'm competitive, I wanna invite more people, I wanna know what does it take. Again, this is our personal invitees, which is really what this thing is all about. So number 1, we have from Spain and leading overall on the board. By the way, that number is wrong. I just saw that he added another one this morning. Again, I don't know how people are subscribing, but somehow they're getting on, okay? So very slowly, but they're getting on, which is really amazing to me. So David Vega from Spain, 143. Congratulations. Number 2, Javier Rodriguez from Colombia with 133 people, which is phenomenal, okay? And then number 3, Sebastian Saldarriaga from from the USA, I believe is in California. Spoke to him yesterday at length, and has 100, in fact, I didn't put his numbers, 108 or 110 people directly, okay? From there, the list is extensive of people in the 90s, in the hundreds, in the 90s, in the 80s, and the 70s. I mean, we have to go into the thousands to find people with 6 direct invitations. So now you understand the power of the reach and what we have done and what we have thrown onto our system, what we have thrown onto our databases in basically 7 days. You get the picture now, okay? However, I want you to know there are some people with smaller personal invite numbers that have thousands of people on the reach. So literally there's people that have 30, like we showed you, this lady has 54 invites, 33 accepts, but they have 1,800 people on the reach and growing. So that gives you an idea what this is all about. So what is the power of the reach? The power of the reach is, that we have basically a system built, okay? That, once it's operational again, hopefully in the next few hours or the next couple of days, you will see how it evolves. You will see how it will grow, okay? And the whole goal of the reach is that one day we're gonna open up this upgrade process somewhere in March, okay? End of the first quarter, beginning of quarter 2, let's just say that, right? And when we do that, those that have the biggest reach obviously stand to make the most when this happens, okay? And I know that's a little frustrating. You say, I wanna build my reach, I wanna do it today. We're all frustrated as well. We wanna make it work, and we're gonna make it work, okay? Let's talk about upcoming NEURS TV programming real quickly. What's going to happen as the Saturdays go on here? We're going to be doing this every Saturday and then posting this stuff on the blog. So if you can't catch it, it will always be on the blog. It will be on our VIP content. Okay, it will be either one. We still have to decide that where exactly we're going to post this up. But basically, We're going to be discussing next week provider account details. We talked about doing the entrepreneur first. We changed our mind. I think it's important to hit the provider community because so many, about 60%, we believe based on our surveys that we're doing, about 60% of the people signing up with us are really providers. And we obviously want to address their concerns first and talk about their pricing and talk about how the system, how the platform will benefit them. We're also going to talk about the entrepreneur account and the pricing for that account. Full access account details. We'll talk about that in a second. Obviously, not in a second, but I'm saying in future broadcasts. Founding member account. People have asked us about the founding member account. In fact, people have said, look, how can I secure a spot to be a founding member? And answers will come on that very soon. Compensation and incentives. We'll go through that. We're going to have lots of fun incentives and things that we're going to put on the table to help us grow the reach. And then, of course, the compensation once we go active. The affiliate account options. There are affiliate account options. You have to decide, how you want to participate on the site, and we'll go through those options. The upgrade process. We're going to be explaining that to you. It's a really intricate process, very simple. And then we've actually already upgraded people. I want you to know the back end of our site, we have users that have gone onto the back end because we've allowed them to just as test subjects and all that. They've already upgraded. A few of them have upgraded in order to be beta testers with us. They're on the other side, okay? And the other platform, the real product, is based on a very simple, very reliable technology, Cake PHP. It's been around for many, many, many years. The platform is working. So it's really frustrating is that the actual site is up. The marketing side is the one with the database of all the levels and the reach page, which is really became the big problem. We had users that were getting locked out, and then we try to solve it by basically redoing the database, redoing some things in the database, and that's when things get complicated. Now, all of your count is there. I want people to know. People say, the data. When you say the database, have I lost anybody? Have I lost my referrals? No, you haven't. All your referrals are there. All your counting is there. In fact, if you call me, I can literally. If you have a lot of people, by the way, don't call me if you have 3 people. But if you have a significant amount of people, I can actually show you your numbers and all that kind of stuff. I have access to the admin panel, and I can show you. It's all there. We're just having a hard time with the calculation of it and the way it's structured to actually display that to you effectively without crashing the site. And then some other issues as well that we're solving. So I just want you to know we're on it and we're going to get it right. Okay. Also, building your reach, phase 2, affiliate tools, international expansion. So we got kind of like a development map of things that we're going to release little by little in the weeks to come. So what are we up to now? Let me tell you the first thing we're up to, which is going to be this week coming up. We're actually upgrading our office. We're busting at the seams here. We got people coming in and out. We have people working, and this is not a good environment. It's a really closed space. This studio is about the size of a house room. Okay. So we actually are upgrading to a beautiful office in the penthouse, glass door office. We have space for everyone. We have a big studio set that we're going to be building, and that's all going to be happening next week. We're also hiring people. We got ads out. We're putting the word out, and we're bringing in people. We're bringing in developers. We're bringing in more graphic design people. We're bringing in content management people. We're bringing in all kinds of people that are going to be joining our team in the next few weeks. So again, we're staffing up and we're hiring while we work on these solutions as well, okay? So we're focused on the big picture. I want you to know that. We're also going to continue to work on some cool new features and things that we're going to do to help you build your reach, and we talked about those already. And we're also already starting to finish and do the testing, and then we're going to really go through a lot of testing on the upgrade process and in the back end of our site, the real network, the actual network, which will begin the migration hopefully by the end of Q1, beginning of Q2. That's the plan. That's what we're executing right now, okay? See, here's what we believe. We believe the future is bright. I'm going to end with this message, okay? We believe the future for NEURS is very bright. I want you to look at the statistics, and they're really humbling, okay? Facebook started, obviously, with Mark Zuckerberg's dorm, okay? And a dorm it started, okay? And they had less than 10,000 users for several months, for 4 or 5 or 6 months. And by the way, it wasn't like it was flawless, okay? It had problems in the very beginning. There were issues. There were things that were not even right, features that today you see on Facebook that make total sense that weren't even there, and people were frustrated. But through that feedback process, through the crashing, through the problems, this is how you get things right. Look, some of you, I understand where you're coming from because you saw the quality that we put out. We put out a quality website. We put out quality videos. We put quality everything. And you expected that the site was going to work at a very high quality, and we expected the same thing. And when you run against these types of challenges, you go, my God, we did everything so right, and how can this one little thing be so wrong, And it just gets to you. And you have no idea how I feel. This is how I'm like, come on, we got to get this right. But you know what? Everyone that I've talked to, people that know the tech space, they go, wow, no, this is nothing. There's people that said to me, look, man, you could even shoot it down for like a week. Tell people that you'll be back. The interest you've gotten is surprising. I told this guy who has a big biometrics company, and he's a big technology guy, has people, literally dozens of coders working with him. I explained to him the numbers, said, look, we had 7,000 people, then we had 6,000 people, then we had 13,000, then 25,000, then it grew. And I was telling him the growth chart, and all the things that we were doing. And he was like, I've never heard of anything like that. I've never heard of a network launch with that kind of reach. He was excited about it, more excited. He was like, don't worry about the challenges. They'll be fixed. Don't worry about that. We're going to, we're going to participate. We're going to help you. That's great. That's what that gave me encouragement. We know we're in the right path, okay? Reid Hoffman launched LinkedIn, okay, from his living room, okay? And really took a long time to even get to 1,000 users. You probably don't know that. It took him a long time to get to 1,000 users. And after 6 months, they were signing up about 20 to 30 users a day. That's LinkedIn. If you don't believe that story, go to LinkedIn.com or type LinkedIn on Google. I actually did. I couldn't believe what somebody told me from California. They told me the story, and I was like, what, are you serious? I looked it up, and it's actually on their page. It's on their history page, and it explains the numbers I'm telling you right now. It blew me away. I'm like, we're so much ahead of that, okay? Most networks don't skyrocket from day one. That's a reality. It takes a little bit of time to build, and then they go, right? We were very fortunate to have such a great team of people that believed in our idea, that saw what we put out, and they said, this is fantastic. We want to do this. We want to be part of this. And now they're being part of it, and now they're joining, right? So once again, we do apologize for the technical difficulties, but we want to finish with this. We want you to know, okay, that the message is still there. NEURS is going to connect the entrepreneurial world. That's what we were born to do. That's what we're going to accomplish, okay? These challenges are temporary. The goal has not changed. The vision has not changed. What we do has not changed. And we're going to do something that we believe is needed. You see, if we didn't think that this was needed, if you didn't think it was needed, you wouldn't be interested in this. You know this type of platform is needed. You know it has to be done the right way, how it connects people. It has to bring the right players and the right people. You know this. I know this. This is something bigger than me. This is something bigger than even all of us. This is something that we believe it's needed, and it's going to happen. Now, we got to execute, and you got to help us out. I thank you for your support. Thank you for all you've done to this point. I'm going to literally stop this broadcast. I'm going to do one in Spanish at 2 o'clock, and as soon as we're done with these broadcasts, we're getting back on the horse. We're getting back working with all of our guys, calling people, helping people, doing everything we can to fix it. That's what we're going to do. So once again, thank you so much for your support, and thank you for watching this presentation of NEURS TV.